5 ways, 5 steps you can do to judge that there are errors in Scripture. You might get a question about Old Testament commands like the conquest of Canaan. How could an all-loving God allow for this? Now, if you want to find that passage is an error, listen closely. Number 1, you need to make love the only essential attribute. That is, the only moral attribute of God that really matters is love. Number 2, you need to make these attributes a zero-sum game. So even if there's another sort of periphery moral attribute like justice or mercy or holiness, those attributes ultimately can never cohere. They need to be zero-sum. So if justice, especially in its retributive form, shows up in the text, love leaves the building. Number 3, you need to build a cruciform or Christ-centered filter. So you look at the New Testament, you look at a highly selective reading of the New Testament Jesus, and you define love in terms of that as just being pacifistic, nonviolent, conflict-free, and allergic to really harsh judgment. Then you say, hey, look, only what matches this form of love is real revelation. Step 4, you're going to go ahead and go error hunting. You've got all the tools you need. Now it's time to scan the OT and find those errors. So you just look and you see anything that involves violence, commands or warnings, harsh judgments. You can say, look, I found errors in the text. This is just the human authors projecting into the text something that really wasn't inspired by God. And then step 5, just split up the deities and you can dismiss the text. That is, you can say there's a difference between the textual God and the actual God. Remember, the actual God is the one of love, and the God of Jesus who is in the New Testament and has a very specific reading. You have a very specific reading of that. And then you say the actual God is just filtered by love. The textual God must just have been projected into this text because this isn't the God of love that our filter has filtered for. So you can conclude this text is an error. Voila.